Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Limbus Company. Let's finish things up here. He has a lot of nasty abilities if he actually wins clashes, so definitely don't want to slack here. Alright, those things in the back are going to be a problem. Everything else is not that bad. We'll clash with you. As long as I win one clash, that's fine. This should be fine. This one I can't fail. This one I can fail, possibly. Nice damage, holy cow.
적을 완벽히 파악하고 있으신 거군요. 항상 지켜보고 있었지.
40 health left. Will you be able to finish this off, Yisang?
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
1 HP left. Which I'm guessing is probably because he can't die. Yep, he cannot die.
끝났습니다.
Can't be that easy, can it?
뼈를 자를 땐 톱이지.
동감이나 피해라.
I really shouldn't be wasting my time like this. Coming to a sudden realization, Dongrong stopped in place, and he looked up at the ceiling as though he was looking up at the stars in the sky. At this very moment, I'm losing out for each second it spends without crying. The opportunities and time to change the world are scattering. Dongrong then glared with bloodshot eyes. Yisang, it's over. It's you. You're the only one who needs to go for this to be over. Stand in his way. Yisang walked ahead. I must insist that I mark the end for Dongrong. For that would be most ideal. Unselectable. I think his chances are okay. Plus 20 for being Yisang. Yisang managed to stop Dongrong in his path. Yisang, I plead you, end this now, Dongrong. How can I? In the end, someone has to cry tears, isn't that right? Dongrong pulled the weapon lodged into himself deeper inside. Let's end it this way, Yisang. Dongrong has been confronted.
하루 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
분명 떠났다고 생각했지만
Though I was certain that I had left.
나는 아직도 그 하얀색 사각형 내부에 있는 것 같소.
It would appear that I'm still inside that white square.
이제서 만물은 내게 아무 자극도 감격도 주지 못하는 점들에 지나지 않게 되어버렸소.
At this point, all things have been reduced to mere dots to me, utterly incapable of stimulation or inspiration.
나는 평생을 방랑하며 이 무의미한 걸음을 답습하는가?
Will I follow this meaningless walk, wandering my whole life?
우리는 끊임없이 날개가 잘려지는 달길 뿐이니.
We're only chickens whose wings are clipped perpetually.
이상 씨가 점점
Mr. Yiseng seems to be in a bad spot.
단테님,
Dante,
비록 영지라는 분은 제 입을 빌려서 말한 것에 불과하지만 전 이런 생각이 들어요.
even though I only delivered Yongji's words with my tongue, it does give me a thought.
어쩌면 이상 씨가 썼던 이 편지들은 거울 속의 이상님한테 보내는 것만이 아닐 수도 있다고요.
Maybe these letters that Yiseng wrote weren't just meant for the Yiseng in the mirror alone.
과거와 지금과 앞으로 만날지도 모르는 모든 인연에게.
To all the people he had ties with in the past, those he knows in the present, and those he might meet in the future. You mean including us?
이상 씨는 쭉 도와달라고 말하고 있던 걸지도 모르겠다는 생각이 드네요.
I'm thinking that he might have been calling for help all along. Yiseng, what was on your mind just before you left Encore?
구보마저 떠나보냈을 때
When I parted with Gubo,
별은 빛을 잃어 꺼져가 어둠이 가득해졌고 나는 마치 절뚝발이가 된 것 같았어.
the stars lost their shine and let darkness fill the air, and I felt as though I were crippled.
하지만
Yet,
날개가 없어도 절뚝발이어도 살게 해줄 수 있는 그런 곳이 어딘가에 있을지도 모른다는 생각이 들었지.
I thought there may be a place that would allow me to live on, even if I had no wings and my legs limped.
신락 같으나 어쩌면 이라는 마음으로.
The thread of hope couldn't be thinner, but I held on to the faint possibility.
우리는 적어도 나는 네 거울을 보며 우리에겐 없는 것들을 본다고 생각했지.
When we, or at least I saw your mirror, I thought I was seeing what we didn't have.
그래서 멀어 보였고, 그래서 바라볼 수밖에 없었고.
That's why they seemed so far, and that's why I could only look.
그래서 현실에 안주할 수밖에 없었던 거야.
It's why I had to settle for this reality.
마치 내가 불꽃놀이를 보면서 별을 꿈꿨던 것처럼.
Like how I dreamed of stars as I watched fireworks.
하지만 거울은
But the mirror,
가능성을 보여주고 있는 거잖아. 그러니 알겠어? 거울을 부러워할 필요는 없는 거지.
what it shows are possibilities. So, do you see what I'm getting at? You don't have to envy the mirrored images.
네가 바라보았던 건 네가 품고 있는 가능성.
What you saw were the possibilities you held.
너는 처음부터 가지고 있었던 거야.
You've had them all along.
네 가능성을 현실로 만들 날개를.
The wings to make your possibility a reality.
이 말을 해주고 싶었어.
That's what I wanted to tell you.
첫 번째 수감자 이상 기다리고 있었답니다.
Yiseng, the first center. I've been waiting for you.
림버스 컴퍼니에 입사하신다면
If you join Limbus Company,
깨어지고 찢어진 당신의 날개를 되찾아드리죠.
I promise that we'll help you recover your torn and broken wings.
그리고
And
어때?
well,
나는
I
깨진 조각들을 다시 줄 재주는 없어.
do not possess the talent to pick up shattered pieces.
하지만 반짝거리던 그 눈빛들은 거짓이 아니었어.
However, those sparkling eyes, they were not feigned.
우리의 굴곡은 불행을 맴돌 거야.
Our torturous path will circle around misery.
인연이라고 생각했던 것은 언젠가 반드시 흩어지고 말 거고 소중한 것일수록 산산조각으로 깨져 가뜩이나 여린 네 마음을 날카롭게 찌르겠지.
What we thought were bonds will inevitably be lost, and precious things will shatter into shards that stab your soft heart.
알고 있어.
I am well aware.
그렇기에 모든 건 허무 같은 찰나에 지나지 않을 텐데.
It is for that reason all things would have no more worth than futile ephemerality. He's saying, why did you make the mirror?
나는
I
가치를 담기 위해 기술을 만든 적은 없었어.
never made technology to hold any value in them.
과거로 돌아갈 재간 또한 없다는 것도 알고 있지.
I know well enough that I have no way to return to the past.
그저
Simply,
네가 들고 있는 그 거울은
that mirror you're holding.
연심이라 하오.
It's what I call yonsem.
연심이라.
Yonsem, huh?
이것은 무언가를 갈아내고 마음마저도 갈아내어 광을 낸 것이기에.
This is a product of grinding something, scraping even the mind to polish it.
그렇구나. 모든 이상은 연구의 진심이었나 봐.
I see. I suppose all versions of Yi Sang were dedicated to research.
나는 날개를 잃었다고, 갖지 못했다고 생각했어.
I thought that I had lost my wings and that I couldn't have them.
날개 쪽지만을 애달프게 요동치며 연구를 붙잡고 있었다고 생각했지만
I thought I had been clinging to research, pathetically stroking the joints where wings used to be.
사실 거울의 진실한 이름은 이것 같소.
But I believe I now know the mirror's true name.
연심.
Yonsem.
이것은 마음과 마음을 이어주는 것 같기에.
It's a bridge that joins hearts together.
줄기차게 살아보고 퍼덕이며 날개짓 해보고 싶었기에 거울을 만들었고.
I made the mirror because I wished to continue living and flapping and fluttering.
추락하더라도 좋으니 다시 한번 허공을 향해 날아보고 싶었어.
I wished to soar into the air once more, even if I fell afterward.
어느 날 이고는 반드시 절망하고 말 것이오. 그렇기 때문에 어디까지라도 살아야 하오.
One day, despair will arrive for certain. It's for that reason life must go on, as far as it can.
날개가 있느냐 없느냐는 중요치 않은 것이었어.
Whether or not I had wings mattered not.
모든 이상은 빼어난 재주를 가지고 있어. 동시에 모든 이상은 무지하지.
All Yi Sangs have outstanding talent. At the same time, all Yi Sangs are ignorant.
모든 이상에게는 날개가 보이지만 단 하나의 이상만이 날 수 있어.
All Yi Sangs can see wings, but only one Yi Sang can fly.
그렇다면
If such is the case,
거울 속의 이상은 거울 밖의 이상과 반대일 테지만 또 꽤 닮아있지.
the Yi Sang in the mirror must be the opposite of the Yi Sang outside, but they're quite alike too.
네가 보았다던 빛나고 찬란했던 그 날개 말이야.
I mean the wings you say you saw, those radiant and magnificent wings.
그건 나의 날개이자 거울에 비친 너의 날개야.
They're my wings, and they're yours in the reflection.
왜 그렇게 생각하냐고? 뻔하지 않겠어? 거울은 자신을 비추는 거니까.
Why do I think that? It's obvious. The mirror is a reflection of the self.
내게서 날개가 보였다면 그 날개는 너에게 달린 당연하게도 너의 것이겠지.
If you saw wings on me, then they were on you as well. They would obviously belong to you.
그럼 이제 땅을 박차고 날개짓 해봐.
Now, kick off the ground and flutter your wings.
그저
All I wished for.
한 번 더
Just once more.
날고 싶었어.
I wish to fly.
Chasing dreams out of my reach is my thirst for
세 장을 끼고
sang.
그날의 봄을 기억한다네.
I remembered that spring day.
우리의 눈에는 별들이 떠올랐지.
Stars rose in our eyes.
반짝거렸지.
They sparkled.
네 날개만큼 반짝거렸어.
As brightly as your wings.
나는 구인회라는 그늘에서
I've always yearned to.
항상 벗어나고 싶었지만
Escape the shadows of the league.
결국 끝에서 품어주고 마는 건 그늘이구나.
In the end, it is that same shadow that embraces me after everything. After some time has passed. With Dongrong's death, our contract with him was rendered null and void. Meaning the only way for us to be handed the golden bow was...
뭐 결과적으로는 나쁘진 않네요. 좋지도 않지만.
Well, consequently, it wasn't all bad. But it's not good either.
동백이라고 했나? 조직의 수장이 죽었으니 테러 단체가 와야 되는 건 순식간이겠어요. 그러면 이제 남은 문제들 말인데.
Since the leader of the terrorists, Dong Baek, was it, has died, their organization should collapse in no time. As for the remaining problems,
이렇게 하는 게 어떨까 싶어요.
I have a suggestion on how to handle them.
오늘 K사에서 벌어졌던 모든 일은 동랑이라는 한 정신 이상자이자 반사회적 성향을 지닌 직원이
Everything that happened in K-Corps today was single-handedly caused by a mentally unstable, rebellious employee named Dongrong.
개인의 이득과 권력을 부당하게 취하기 위해 벌인 단독 행동이에요. 맞죠?
In his scheme to unfairly claim personal gains and power from within the firm. Do you agree?
그걸로 되는 건가요? 저희한테는 적이었을지라도 당신에게는 직원이었는데?
Are you sure you're okay with that cover-up story? He may have opposed us, but he was your employee, wasn't he?
작별 인사라면 아까 전화통으로 했어. 깜찍한 놈이지.
Well, I did say my goodbyes with a phone call earlier. Some cheeky man he was.
림버스 컴퍼니의 관리자 단테라고 했나? 관리자치고는 질질 끌려다니는 것 같은데.
And you're a manager at Limbus company, Dante, right? He seems somewhat unassertive for a manager.
나중에 리더가 되고 싶다면 알아도 문제가 생기면 재빨리 싹부터 잘라내야 해.
If you want to be a leader, you'd best remember to nip any rising problem in the bud.
빠를수록 좋지.
The faster, the better. Screw yourself. You also hired She's Association's assassins to silence Shren, didn't you?
알겠다고 하시네요.
They are telling you that they got the message.
영 반푼이라고 생각했는데 역시 관리자는 관리자군.
I thought you were something of a half-wit, but I suppose you weren't put in charge for nothing.
아, 하나 더.
And one more thing.
어쩌다가 우리 K사의 특이점까지 건드려버릴 정도로 일이 복잡하게 꼬였는지 모르겠지만
I don't know how things got complicated enough for you to get involved with our wing singularity, but
눈물 흘리는 것은
the tearful thing.
외부로 절대 공개되어서는 안 되는 우리 K사의 특이점 그 자체이자 기밀 정보였어.
Was K-Corps singularity itself, and a confidential detail we could in no way allow to be known.
림버스 컴퍼니는 탐색을 통해 얻는 기밀 정보들을 외부로 누설하지 않아요. 원한다면 관련 계약서를.
Limbus Company does not give away confidential information gained during investigation. If you'd like, we could arrange a contract to.
방금 너희의 계약서가 백지로 돌아간 것을 보고도 그런 소리가 나오니?
Are you seriously offering that just after seeing a contract you signed turn into worthless paper stacks?
그런 종이 쪼가리에 내가 저당이 잡힐 수는 없는 거야.
I couldn't let a piece of paper bind me down.
기억 소거 절차를 진행할게.
I'll get your memories erased.
분, 내 기억에 손을 대면 남김없이 갈라주겠어.
Sink. Tamper with my memories and I'll cut you down to bits.
그렇게 하도록 하죠.
We'll follow your method, ma'am.
이 새끼.
You piece of...
이왕 잊어버릴 거 정정해주자면
Well, since you're about to forget it all, let me correct one thing.
당신들이 본 건 눈물 흘리는 것의 본체가 아니라 자식이야.
What you saw wasn't the actual tearful thing. It's a child entity.
그 소중한 본체를 근본도 없는 어느 연구자에게 맡길 수 없는 노릇이잖아.
We couldn't leave such a precious asset in the hands of some researcher with no credentials, now could we?
그래도 우리 날개의 자부심인데 그렇게 초라한 것이라 생각하면 좀 슬프거든.
It would sadden me if you believed that fiddling thing was the pride of our wing.
어차피 생각하지도 못하겠지만.
Not that you would have a chance to think that. In spite of Ryoshi's menacing intimidation, following the unfriendly instructions of people who appeared to be Keikor's high-ranked staff and fixers, we were put through a memory wipe procedure, erasing every recollection of the tearful thing from the sinners' heads. As we left, Alfonso told us to look forward to how the tears will be used in the future. The sinners had memories of seeing something in the laboratory, but none of them could recall what it was, how the tears were collected, or how HP bullets were made. By the way, Yi-sang, where did you want to fly?
그저 나는 기분을 느끼는 것으로 좋았어.
I would have been content with the feelings it would give. What about now?
노코멘트 하겠어.
I will leave no comments on that. What they didn't notice, however, is that the memory wipe didn't work on me for some mysterious reason. Could I recover the sinner's wiped memories somehow? Like how I rewind their injuries using the clock? A thought occurred to me, but alas, I don't know how I would do that, and I'm not sure if it would be possible at all. I was sure about one thing. The fact that I am retaining the memories that they tried to erase must be valuable, so I decided to stay quiet about it.
하지만 관리자, 이 정도는 말하겠소.
However, manager, I will say this much.
이제는 내게 남은 것들을 마주볼까 하오.
From now on, I plan to face what I have left.
남은 것이란 구인회가 남긴 과오이자 내게 남은 업이요.
Those being the mistakes that the League of Nine has left, and the task left for me.
그러니 필요하다면 할 수 있는 한 저항을 해볼 생각이요.
Thus, I would like to resist as much as I can if needed.
바람이 불어오는 대로 흔들리고 쓰러지지는 않으려 하오.
No longer will I bend as the wind blows. I won't let it sway me or strike me down.
비껴보고 스며들기보다는
Rather than be slantwise and seep,
걷고자 하는 곳으로 걸으려 하기에
I intend to walk where I plan to go.
도와줄 수 있겠소, 단테?
Will you aid me in my endeavors, Dante? Of course. That's right. Even if their memories are taken, it won't gnaw away at the determination that has firmly taken root in their hearts. Then what is the determination that I have left? How much must I remember and witness? Thinking such thoughts, I looked at Virgilius, who was on the other side.
이 모든 걸 기억하고 지켜보는 것도 관리자의 업 중 하나일 테니까 말입니다.
Because it would be one of the manager's duties to remember and witness all this. You heard what I said.
탄태 씨가 자신의 말이 들렸냐고 물어보시네요.
Dante asked if you heard what they said.
째깍거리는 소리도 들리지 않았는데 뭔가 말이라도 했던가.
I couldn't hear the usual ticks, so I had no way to know if you even said something.
들릴 리가 없죠, 관리자 딴테. 그냥 실없이 한 소리일 뿐입니다. 그런 표정 같아서 말이죠.
Of course, I can't hear your words, Manager Dante. It was just idle talk. The look on your face seemed to warrant it. Did I have facial expressions?
멈추지 않는 그 눈물의 원초적인 의미는 감격이길.
May the meaning of those ceaseless tears be effervescence.
당신의 소원과 우리의 소원은
Your wish as well as ours.
언제나 그렇듯 최선을 다해 이뤄지고 있어요.
Are being realized to the best of our abilities, as always.
잘 지내시오.
Have you been well?
거울을 볼 때마다 문득 인사를 하고 나오.
Whenever I look at a mirror, I find myself greeting it.
인사란 서로 주고받아야 자연스러운 것이라 하지만
It is said that a greeting is only natural when it is mutually exchanged.
언젠가 전해질 거로 생각하기에 괜찮소.
But I do not mind the one-sidedness. As I believe it will be conveyed someday.
이제 나는 정지하지 않을 테니 말이오.
I've decided from now on I will no longer be stopped in place.
모든 건 결국 변하지 않겠지만
Even if all will ultimately remain unchanging.
나 역시도 이제 변하지 않을 테니.
I too shan't change either.
너무 걱정들 하지 마시오. 내 곁에는 새로이 벗들이 생겼어.
You have no need to be overly concerned for me. I now have new companions by my side.
그들은 어찌 생각할지 모르겠으나 나는 이들을 벗삼으려 하오.
Though I cannot be sure what they think of all of this, I intend to consider them as such.
그럼
To close off,
끝에 붙여
allow me one final remark.
사는 내내 모두가 평안하시길.
May you all keep company with peace throughout your lives.
이상.
Yours sincerely, Yi Sang.
꽃이 보이지 않는다.
The flowers unseen, the flowers fragrant.
향기가 만개한다. 나는 거기 묘혈을 판다. 그림자를 쫓던 나날들 남은 건 허망한 기억. 불길이 나를 태운 것처럼 내 손엔 잿빛 먼지뿐. 향기가 만개한다. 나는 거기 묘혈을 판다. 묘혈도 보이지 않는다. 보이지 않는 묘혈 속에 나는 들어앉는다. 나는 눕는다. 쉼없이 달려왔던 나를 죄어오던 시간들 이조차 그리워질까. 돌이켜볼 기억 속에 미소 지을 수 있기를. 향기가 만개한다. 나는 잊어버리고 재차 거기 묘혈을 한다. 묘혈은 보이지 않는다. 보이지 않는 묘혈로 나는 꽃을 깜빡 잊어버리고 들어간다. 내게 남은 알 수 없는 시간과 이제는 나가야 할 때 자신을 태워 사라져가는 촛불과 닮아 있구나. 숨 고를 새도 없이 떠밀려 던져진 날 속에 내 길을 갈 수 있기를. 먼 훗날 언젠가는 돌이켜볼 기억 속에 미소 지을 수 있도록 나는 정말 듣는다. 꽃이 멀리 멀리 날아가고 싶어. 밤하늘의 새처럼 별에 닿을 수 있게. 이 밤 또다시 찾아오겠지만 괜찮아. 다 사라지네. 보이지도 않는 꽃이 괜찮아.
They share our series about eating. It amazes me how they can look so happy while eating out. I stepped out of the restaurant to briefly catch some fresh air. Oh, it's you. I didn't even notice you arrived. How long have you been there?
말했잖아. 다시 당신을 보러.
I told you that I would come to see you again.
왜 사람은 그저 바라보는 걸로는 만족하지 못하는 걸까?
Why can't people settle for just looking?
그냥 쳐다보며 향기를 맡고 그 순간을 즐기기만 해도 충분한데 눈에 담으면서 욕망을 얻고 집착을 품으면서 스스로를 갉아먹어.
It should be enough to simply admire it, smell the scent, and enjoy the moment, but they nurture greed and obsession as they contain it in their sight, eating themselves away.
거울이 처음 만들어진 것도 단지 즐기려고 한 거였잖아.
The mirror, too. It was first created for simple enjoyment.
이를테면 수백 가지의 맛이 들어있는 과자 봉지랄까?
You could compare it to a bag of chips with hundreds of flavors, for example.
하지만 누군가 이런 생각을 한 거지.
But then someone came up with an idea.
만약 저 무한할지 모를 과자 봉지 속에 손을 뻗어 내게는 없는 내 것을 가지고 오는 방법이 있다면, 그렇게 해서 모두가 공평하게 모든 맛의 과자를 먹을 수 있다면.
What if there was a way to reach into that possibly infinite bag of chips and take what I don't have? What if all of us could have all the flavors that way?
그건 도둑질은 아닐 거야. 어른들이 만들어 놓은 규칙에 따른다면 말이지.
It wouldn't be considered theft, according to the rules made by adults anyway.
그건 나로부터 빼앗는 거니까.
That, in fact, is stealing from me.
하늘에도 수없이 많은 별이 떠 있어. 하지만 모든 별이 다 똑같지는 않아. 다른 누군가가 봤으면 그저 희미한 빛덩어리에 불과했을지도 몰라.
Countless stars are in the sky, but they aren't all the same. If someone else saw them, they might have been nothing more than dim lumps of light.
하지만 반짝이는 게 너무 아름다워 보였던 누군가가 별을 가져온 다음에
But someone who found the twinkle staggeringly charming took one of the stars
모두가 볼 수 있도록 높은 곳에 걸어놓아서 어둠을 환하게 밝혔어.
and hung it on a high enough place for everyone to see, expelling the dark.
사람들은 전부 기뻐하지.
All the people would rejoice.
자, 그러면 여기서 문제야.
Now, here's a question.
나로부터 빼앗김을 당한 나와 영원히 어둠을 밝혀야만 하게 된 별은 어떻게 되는 거지?
What will become of me, who has been robbed by me, and the star that's now forced to illuminate the dark forevermore?
당신의 친구들이 사용하는 거울도 다를 바 없이 그래. 그건 정말 잔인한 기술이야.
The mirror your friends use isn't any different. That is such a cruel piece of technology.
대답은 천천히 들려줘도 좋아. 그냥 나중에 양 한 마리 그려줘.
Take your time with the answer. Just draw me a sheep later.
지금은 기억 못하겠지만 당신이 그려주기로 했거든.
You may not remember it right now, but you promised to. Just as I tried to say something, he vanished, leaving only a hint of loneliness. He was nowhere to be seen, as if he returned to where he belonged. I couldn't even remember what I was trying to answer. It's hard to tell when I was actually supposed to click or not.
밀크티 젓지 말고 가볍게 부어서 부탁드립니다. 역시
Alright,
많이 퍼지는 차가 가장
we
맛있죠.
did it. So, this was the, like, I think it was the beach event, which I couldn't do because of the, because I hadn't finished chapter 4 yet. Don't worry about that. So yeah, now I have access to hard dungeons, which I don't know what that actually does. And I'll probably save it for another week. I don't want to deal with it right now. Looks like the rest of this can be done. Clear thread lexicovation list. Oh, okay, so I do have access to the harder difficulties now for that stuff. So I'll eventually need to go one by one and start knocking those out. Which is fine.
저희는 심의 업무를 진행하는
No new notes. Alright,
저희는 심의 업무를
Progress
진행하는
made.
협력을 위해 늦게까지
it also
준비하고
means now we can
있습니다.
finally do like, I can do combats with all the new
간단하게
like
쉘이나 브랜디를
EGOs and
첨가하자면
stuff I have.
어떠실까요?
Because yeah, I went that entire time with old stuff. Didn't have blind obsession. Didn't have effervescent corrosion or pursuance. So they'll give me a little bit more variety as far as my EGO options and send usage. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Eeyore, this was Limbus Company.
늦게까지 주문을
I'll
받고
see you guys at the
있습니다.
beach, I guess.
비번이시라면 간단하게